Hi, everybody. My name is Lisa Keslar. I'm here today on behalf of Cheers for Charity New Hampshire, and I have the honor and privilege to be doing this, as always, with my dear friend, JoAnn Burchuk. Hey, JoAnn.
Hello. Hi, Lisa. Hi, everyone. Yes, I'm JoAnn Burchuk. I'm with Lighthouse Physical Therapy, and it is our honor again to offer another great nonprofit organization in our community. And today we would like to welcome Steve, who's with the Dover Teen Center. Welcome, Steve. Please introduce yourself. Tell us your role at the center and a little bit about what you guys do there.
Sure thing. Thank you for welcoming me. I'm excited to play. I'm excited that I was chosen to be one of the features today. So hello, everyone. As JoAnn said, my name is Steve, last name Pappajohn. I am an employee of the Dover Police Department who supports the Dover Teen Center as a prevention program under their Community Outreach Bureau. There are two facets of my job that fall under my main responsibilities. One is obviously directing the Teen Center, and the other is coordinating our juvenile diversion program for our youth that are arrested for first-time offenders under 18. So we try to give them an alternative to court where they can kind of get on the back on the right back on the right track and give them a chance to redeem themselves, and then their charges are expunged from their record. So so the combination of those two things keep me busy with working with our Dover youth.
That's great. I was looking at your website and some of the pictures, and it looks like such a great welcoming environment for the kids to go to. Tell us a little bit about the center and what kind of things that you offer there.
Sure. So our center caters to students in grades 7 through 12. We do allow sixth graders if they have a sibling. And we also open our doors to sixth graders, usually in the spring. We try to give them some time to mature, but the core of our group is kind of that 7th through 10th grade. As students get a little older, they get into like part-time jobs and maybe get a driver's license, and their lives kind of take on a little different turn for things. But we are an after-school program, a school vacation program, and a summer program, all wrapped in one, where we offer students a chance to have a space where they can enter the door and be themselves and have youth mentoring through our staff, which consists of myself as well as area college and university interns that get trained as youth mentors. So any given day, we are seeing between 20 and 25 students a day, a nice breakdown of different kinds of kids and different kinds of styles and personalities, and basically offering them a space where they can come in, get any homework help they might need, have some social activities, receive some challenge from us around choice making and responsibility, and use some words like integrity and respect, and drop that into their radar a little bit so they can start to learn and grow. And we do that most afternoons, occasionally a weekend program here and there, the occasional special event trip, things of that nature. It's an atmosphere that is vibrant and energetic, and I think that's why they keep me young.
Well, we could all use a little help with that, right?
Absolutely.
And so I saw there was a lot of different fun activities just in the pictures you showed. The environment, there's pool tables and foosball and lounge areas, and it just looks like a really, really fun area for kids to come and enjoy themselves. Is it generally, when they're coming in, is it mostly just they can just hang out, or are there like structured programs there while they're there as well?
Yeah, it's a little bit of both. We have a monthly calendar that the staff puts together for featured events and featured snack specials and things like that. However, it's a challenge by choice kind of nature for the most part. We will pull kids off their phones and off the couches to get them involved in stuff, and usually they're pretty willing to give us a half hour of their time if we're doing something kind of more that we want everyone to participate in. But there's computer areas for them to do stuff with. There's gaming areas. As you mentioned, there's a lot of table games, and there's also like just areas to there's the option of going off site. So you can go off site with an intern and go visit Lickies and Chewies or something like that, or grab a slice at La Festa on their own dime, and or just take a walk downtown, or be out in front of the McConnell Center in the green area, throw a Frisbee around, things like that. So there really is a lot of choices for kids to just come in, they can jump into something, or they can just, kind of unwind, catch their breath for a minute, sit on the couch, relax, and then maybe they're ready to jump into something. But usually when they're on the couch, just kind of chilling, there's an intern that's going to pop right next to them and check in and see how they're doing, and kind of just take their temperature on how their day was and see if they can help them out in any way. And, just so there's always like somebody checking in.
Which is so important. Busy families, sometimes it's nice to have an extra hand of somebody else looking in on your child as well. And I did notice you guys have some other really cool programs for the kids. You mentioned the juvenile program, juvenile court. There's also some, mental health options and other things. Any other programs that you want to highlight?
Yeah, we're working closely with a group at Dover High, which is called the Mental Health Initiative. And they're a group of students that are dedicated to changing culture around mental health stigma and also doing a lot of suicide prevention work. And students want to talk about that stuff. They're finally ready to let their voice be heard. So we're kind of using that student empowerment model to let them lead the way. The adults that are connected to this are kind of just the bus drivers. We're just there to help and get them resources. But this group is participating in the NAMI Connect training for suicide prevention, so they can share all the resources and the warning signs with their peers. So that way, if there's someone that, kind of blips on the radar, they can assist them and get them resources. And we have kind of an arm of that at the teen center, where a couple of the MHI kids are attending the teen center, and they're starting to recruit some kids here to look at going through the training, and then having kind of our own wing of things where we're using our space to spread the kind of universal language around, say this, not that. And to that kind of mantra of be the one for someone, so we know that our students are coming off of a pretty tough era, and it only amplified our mental health needs. And if we can provide a space that's welcoming, where they can talk openly about those things and get support, and if they're not doing that at home, maybe that encourages them to do that at home after they do it here. So yeah, it's also, you can go from a game of ping pong to a real serious conversation about the stresses that they're facing. And that's kind of the dynamic here. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Sounds like every day is different. Yep. And with so the kids coming in, so I assume it's open to just Dover students, or is your reach a little further than that?
Yeah, Dover students, anybody that attends a Dover school or lives in Dover. So the students that might go to other schools, but their families live in Dover, they're welcome to be a part of our program. And of course, the high school serves other communities like Barrington, Nottingham, Northwood. So those students that happen to live outside of Dover but attend Dover High, same situation. And everything's free.
Free's good.
Yeah,
right?
No registration fees involved. Right now, because of our climate, we have no restrictions. So it's really nice. We're starting to build back and get that core of kids every day. It's great.
How do you get the word out to the kids that this amazing space is available to them?
Yeah, they do a good job of word of mouth. The counselors know what we do. We're always in tune with them. One of the things that's great is it builds a network for our students as kind of a safety net, because as part of our registration process, we have parents or guardians or caregivers sign off on communication levels for us that we can kind of we can call the school can call us, we can connect about their student and make sure that as a kind of a village we're all in tune on things, whether that's something social emotional or academic.
But I saw Lisa's eyebrows raised when you mentioned interns, because she works with a lot of students at UNH. Go right ahead, Lisa. I know
that's a great segue though. If people can people get involved? Can they volunteer? Can they? Yeah.
So right now,
what are the options there?
Yeah, right now the structure is undergraduate interns coming through various disciplines that we see, which are pretty much kind of a social work, psychology, justice studies, kind of family studies kind of umbrella. Our program fits really well to what they're hoping to get for experiences. Obviously, for the justice studies folks, being connected to the police department gives them a great access point to all the stuff that the police department does. And because we're supported so well from them, they make those opportunities available to our interns to check out stuff. So, myself as a lone professional staff, I kind of am the coordinator for everything. And then we rely on that intern staff that we've built such a great relationship between the local universities and colleges. So I would say on occasion, we might have a parent hang out and help out. We don't go seeking them, quite honestly, because we're a police program working with youth. We have to do background checks on everybody. But a trusted parent that we've had in the program for a while, if they're going to hang out for an afternoon or bring some baked goods by and hang out or join us for a meal, like a Thanksgiving meal, we would invite the parents to be a part of that and help out. But for the main programming, we really rely on our college students and giving them that experience of one-on-one and small group interaction and kind of mentoring.
Kids probably love having the interns come in. They're a little closer to their age
Yep.
and probably very
Yeah.
relatable.
I'm that cool old uncle that buys all the fun stuff and makes sure the food's here. And a good number of them still trust me really well to open up, but that big brother, big sister kind of model really works.
What are you finding is your biggest needs in your program right now?
Well, I think one of the things that we see is we have a lot of competition for dollars in general, through all the grants that are out there, and everybody's doing such great work. So I think sometimes when you're looking at doing a bigger project and you need a little bit of money to get that going, those resources beyond in-kind resources, that can be a little bit of a hurdle. The good news is that we have a couple big organizations in the state: New Hampshire Charitable Foundation, New Hampshire State Council on the Arts, very open to a lot of community grants there. You usually have a pretty good shot if you have a good program that you're pitching to them, and they usually find a funder that says, "Ooh, I like that idea. Let's back that." And outside of that, some local partners. We're very close with our American Legion in town, and our Rotary Club of Dover helps us out a little bit here and there every year. So if you combine that with the basic funding that the police department supplies for my position and the program, we do pretty well, and we just look for those extra dollars once in a while, and we have some good ideas in our head. So
Are you guys connected with the youth to youth program there as well?
Yes, we're under the same umbrella with the police department. We share the same space.
Another great program in Dover.
Yeah, we've been able, the last few years, we've been able to gel those two groups pretty well together for some social events. In years past, there was kind of a division, like, oh, those are the youth kids, those are the teen center kids. And over the last few years, we've really seen a lot of kids join both programs. So that way, after their youth meeting, they can come over to the teen center and hang out, wait for their ride, play some games, grab a snack. And then, like today, teacher workshop day, we've got a bunch of youth kids that registered with us to hang out today. So it's really we're lowering that wall a little bit. So that way there's a little bit of more respect from peer to peer for those two groups, which is kind of cool.
So you mentioned registering for the day. What's the capacity there that you can have on any given day?
Well, because we're not operating any other health restrictions right now, we put our sign up every day at a max of 40. If we had 40 kids here, it would be busy. It would feel very busy. And we've had that in the past where we've had just an open door where we didn't do any online reservation base. We use a sign up Genius, so we know who kind of is coming. But if anybody shows up and they're registered, and even if they're not, I'll welcome them in and I'll give them the information to register, and we'll let them stay for the day. But people can still come to the door if they forget to sign up. And we haven't hit 40 in a long time, but we had 26 a couple days ago, and it felt busy here. So it was nice to feel that, having been in that 10 to 15 range during the kind of COVID restriction time. So for spacing. But right now, no restrictions, and we're able to really accommodate a good number of kids.
Just for anybody that maybe doesn't know about the youth to youth program there, do you want to just say a couple words?
Sure. They're a youth empowerment, youth advocacy group that addresses alcohol, tobacco, and other drug concerns, issues, policies, education awareness. And they start with sixth grade group going all the way to high school. And they typically they're kind of split up by grades, and they do various projects. The younger students may go to preschools and kindergartens to do animated skits and costumes around the dangers of using somebody else's medication, dangers of smoking. And then the high school kids may go to the State House in Concord on a testimony day to testify in front of the body about a bill they either support or they're against. And I've heard legislators say, wow, I have to follow them. And so they're very impressive. They really are doing a lot in our community to raise awareness and do it in a model that isn't pointing a finger at anyone. It's just about education and giving them all the facts and letting people make their decisions after hearing all that information. So they don't tune people out very quick. They catch people's attention, and they're able to educate them throughout their presentation. So, and the biggest thing I think that's really cool and gives Dover a real point on the map is that their program is science-based, proven through an evaluated process in Washington, to where they have replicated their program into a toolkit, and they now make that available for any community that wants to purchase that. So they help themselves stay self-sustained through selling their toolkit and then offering training on how to implement the toolkit. So the toolkit is now in over, I want to say 1,100 communities nationwide. So they've sold 1,100 toolkits over the last 6 years. It's pretty amazing.
That's awesome. Yeah, I've seen some of the videos that they've produced, and they're very well done. And that is another amazing program. You know, I just love what Dover is providing for the youth there. Just really amazing tools. And Lisa, I apologize. I'm kind of taking over the whole thing. Jump right in. And
I'm obviously a little biased, but I do think Dover cares about their kids and puts their money where their mouth is.
So, you know, Lisa has something else. Steve, tell us. People want to get in contact with your organization, want to get any information. What's the best way to get hold of you guys?
The best way is to probably visit our website, and that's through it's an extension on the Dover Police website. So if you just Google Dover Police Department and go to that website, on the left side menu on your screen, you'll see Teen Center, and that'll open up a whole page with other links within the Teen Center. There's information about our programming. There's information about our staffing. There's information about our juvenile diversion program. There's a little information about how you can help us, which is great. So there's a link there to kind of see who our partners have been and how to get in touch with me real easy. And then there's registration information for folks that might be interested.
Great. This has been awesome, Steve. JoAnn's asked all the questions I was thinking of, as always. She's so good. Love what you're doing. We're so grateful to have you. We're so grateful for what you do for the youth in our community. You know, Seacoast is lucky to have programs like that here for our youth, and Dover's very lucky. And we think we're lucky to have you sharing the good work that you're doing with us. So thank you.
Yeah. I'm a pretty modest person, but I do know that what we're doing is making an impact, and that always feels good. I leave most days knowing that my time here was well spent, and like I said, these guys keep me young, and I'll be entering my 17th year next October. So
congratulations.
Yeah, so we're pretty excited, and we welcome anyone to come down and check us out if they're interested, even if they just want to see what goes on down here. They may not even have a student that they want to connect to here, but if they just want to see what we do, you know, we are a city entity, so the door is always open.
That's fantastic. Well, thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Yes, thank you. Happy holidays to everyone, and I look forward to hearing from anyone that would like to learn more. So thank you again for this opportunity.
Thanks.